Good evening, I am live at Leeds Bradford Airport, and tonight's show follows one ordinary man who may or may not make the decision to embrace the present and live life to the full. A decision which, at just coming up to 10 o'clock on Wednesday the 8th of September, could apply to any of us. This man, however, is so terrified of flying that he hasn't been on a plane for 10 years, and in the show I aim to make him brave enough to volunteer to land a plane that he believes is about to fall out of the sky. What will he do? What would you do? Welcome to the show.
In life, when we slip up, we just give up.
We live on this beautiful planet for a tiny dot of time. The chances of us even being born are so minute as to be practically zero. Our lives are a miracle. I strongly believe that engaging with life is about understanding that it's the choices we make right now that are important, not the habits of our past. Tonight, I'm going to show this man how extraordinary he can be. But to do so, I'll have to push him to the extreme.
What do you want me to do? I want you to land the aeroplane.
In a little under an hour, you will see one man faced with a decision that could change his world. A month ago, Matt Galley was stuck in a rut. His life was kind of going nowhere, and I placed before him a series of extreme opportunities that would allow him to engage more fully with his life. And tonight, you will see him make his biggest decision yet, whether or not to be a true hero at 30,000 feet.
I started looking for my potential hero several months ago. Matt was one of thousands of applicants who put themselves forward to take part in what they thought was a new game show I'd be hosting. Which, in a sense, it is, just not quite in the way that they think. I was looking for somebody living an unremarkable life. And one man seemed to tick all the boxes. This man, Matt. He's like most of us.
I like going shopping, like going into Leeds, going to cinema, maybe playing a few computer games.
He's stuck in a rut.
My job at the minute, I work as an insurance advisor. It's not dead-end sort of things, but because I've been there for so long, things are starting to repeat.
And held back by his fears.
I have a fear of flying. I don't like the way it makes me feel, so I just prefer not to do it.
He seemed perfect, but I had one more test, an exercise known as the bystander effect. Under the pretense of completing additional forms, I put him in a room with 3 actors he believes are other candidates for my show. An emergency situation is staged. Our actors have been told not to react. The test is to see whether Matt will stand up and speak out. If you've seen someone have an accident or collapse in the street and been aware that everyone is just watching or passing by, you'll appreciate this natural human urge not to be the one to take action. Matt is the classic passive bystander, perfect for the journey I want to take him on. We secretly contacted Matt's friends and family, and with their help began watching his every move. I gave myself 30 days to put in place a series of opportunities which Matt can use to change his life forever. Matt works at an insurance call centre.
Matt's normal daily routine would be get up, have something to eat, go to work. As soon as he comes home, he just goes up to his room. And I think that he feels safe in that.
At 23 years old, he still lives with his mother, Alison, her boyfriend, Dave, and Liv, his girlfriend.
He's got this idea in his head of this dream home, but he never seems to do anything about it.
He does have ambition.
Well, he did want to join the police force.
But he's never actually been for an interview or taken a serious step in that direction.
I think the reason he's not ever done anything about that is because he thinks that he'll never be able to pass the exams.
His self-confidence is very low, and it also affects his other relationships.
It's very rare that he'd show his mum affection. They'd never have a hug or a cuddle or anything.
We just don't communicate anymore. It's my biggest worry is that he will always have this defeatist attitude about himself. And that's what I find the most frustrating thing about it. Sorry.
Matt and you and I are right now, this second, living the only lives we have.
They'd never catch me going on Monday night after the show.
You wouldn't go on it? Why not?
Sometimes we need something to happen, an event or a moment that shakes us up and forces us to take a good look at ourselves.
I'm just going to pull in to get some fuel.
Yeah, no worries.
If you can get me 20 pence on the edges whilst I'm filling up and then pay for pump 7.
Yeah, fine.
A shock to the system can make us realise there's so much more of which we're capable.
And when Mr. Black Cow's done with his black cow.
Get your hands on the fucking cow! You! Get over there! On your knees! On your knees! Hands on head! Put your fucking hands on your head! Mobile phone! Come on! Mobile phone! You! Empty the fucking till! Quick! No mucking about! Put your fucking hands on your head! Do you understand? Same goes for you!
Don't even fucking look.
What's your name, mate?
Matt.
Matt, yeah? You must be shitting yourself, Matt! What do you do for a living?
I work in insurance.
What can you choose, dear? Fucking battery head! Come on! If I shoot you now, you've done nothing in your life. You fucking doormat! You've done nothing! Right, don't move! No one move!
Fucking monkey.
£400 that phone.
I've pressed the panic button.
Does that mean the police are coming?
You alright?
Yeah.
You alright?
Yeah. A bit shaken up, but...
I'm sending in fake police to check he's okay.
Police are here now.
This may have been an extreme measure, but I wanted to shock Matt out of his passive life and make him start to think about the choices he is making right now.
Hi sir, I understand there's been a robbery. Is anybody alright? Is anybody hurt?
Matt's countdown has begun, and in 30 days he's going to be faced with the choice between occupying the world he knows now, in which he is a passive bystander, and a new world where he's a hero. That choice will be the measure of his life.
You know, like, because you know, like, everything can happen to him, and now he's going to react, and told me I don't know through my life, but I thought that was a cheeky really, when he's done old enough to come in and stuff.
Now, it's not my place to make Matt into someone different. Throughout this process, I'll only ever be giving him opportunities. He'll take what he needs to then move forward in a way that comes from within him and allows his true capabilities to emerge. Being held at gunpoint made Matt start to question his life. Now I want to give him the chance to find answers. So I'm sneaking into his back garden. With the help of Matt's girlfriend, we've hidden cameras and a discreet speaker in his bedroom. He's been asleep for 2.5 hours.
Matt. Matt. You're having a dream. Now, Matt, you need to get up and get dressed and come outside into the back garden. Get up, get dressed, and come outside.
Matt has a suggestible personality, which means by having woken him up and told him he was still asleep, I was able to put him into a dreamlike state, which is perfect for talking to his unconscious mind. I'm going to give him the tools to allow him to subconsciously change the way he looks at himself.
I want you to listen to this, Matt. Magicians have always been obsessed with the idea of creating something out of nothing. And the highest form of that is to make a life, a perfect life, appear from thin air. And I've always longed to witness an event like that for real. And then I realized that I have. The chances of all the circumstances being in place that would lead to two particular people meeting and then them falling in love are supremely minute. And then, if they come together to have children, the chance of one particular sperm fertilizing one particular egg and then one particular life emerging is even more unlikely. And Matthew, this improbability multiplies generation after generation, down through your great-grandparents and your grandparents, until finally, by chance, your mother, Alison, meets and falls in love with a man called Richard. And then from their decision to come together and have children, and against those impossible odds, it's you that's born. Your life is a miracle. Matt, there are 27 days, 19 hours and 6 minutes.
Until the end of your world as you know it.
It's now time for you to return to bed and sleep nice and deeply.
In the morning, this should all just feel like a dream to Matt.
He got back into bed. He cuddled up to me and he said, "I love you so much." And he was like, "I want to make a future with you." And the next morning, he commented on how he was in an extremely good mood and how he felt like he could do anything.
The next day, Matt goes to work, blissfully unaware that his real journey is now underway. We secretly follow him to see if my words have started to take effect. When he gets right to his front door that night, there's a glitch in his routine. On a normal day, he'd go through that door, up to his room and switch on his TV. But not today. We follow him as best we can and catch up with him on a nearby golf course where he sits and writes for an hour and a half. Something is definitely beginning to change. But there's a long way to go before Matt can be put to the ultimate test on a plane at 30,000 feet.
Let's go now.
It takes real courage to break out of our everyday routines and do something extraordinary, but when we do, we really come alive. In 40 minutes and at 30,000 feet, you will see Matt Galley's world shaken as he has to make the most terrifying decision of his life.
I need to pay Matt another visit and speak to his subconscious to further encourage him down his own path of self-discovery. This time I want to take him out of his comfort zone and have him embrace the notion of risk.
Matt.
This second night it's easy to keep him in the dream state as his mind has learned from the previous night.
Matt, you're dreaming. Get up, get dressed, and come